Quick question. If you could start a credit repair business this month and add an extra 10K a month with just a handful of clients, would you take the blueprint? I got a blueprint that I know can help you because I've been helping people take their credit to the next level. But now I'm positioning other people to help other people so we can help the masses, because you having your credit under control and the ability to help others while also generate income is second to none. I'm Mr. Smith. Over 10 years, I've been helping clients legally delete collections, charge off late payments, and teaching others how they can do it themselves or do it for others or do it with others. Whether a person wants to choose a do-it-yourself option or a done-for-you option, I've been helping people do that for years. And now I want to unlock the ability for you to create a six-figure business. Results may vary just by you tapping into a blueprint. So I want to show you exactly how to turn that skill into your own profitable business. Even if you feel like this is something you're new to, you know of credit and you know in detail how credit has helped or harmed you, which positions you to have a direct story in connection to the credit industry. I just want to remove the guesswork, wasting months, and get straight to what works right now. I know it says 2025, but regardless of when you're watching this, I'll continue to progress. And as I continue to progress, I'll continue to adjust. So no matter when you're watching this, you can reap the benefits of understanding how this can work specifically for you. So let's keep going. Now, as it relates to launching your own credit business, why now? That's the question of the hour. Why now? Well, the credit industry changes equals a massive opportunity. It's a lot of big changes and a lot of people are not talking about it because things are shifting in a different direction. It's always interesting to me when something that was once demonized starts to get a level of respect. What do I mean? Well, there's some changes happening with the FICO industry in comparison to the Vantage scoring model. A lot of people bash the Vantage scoring model because they're like, oh, Credit Karma, them scores not real, this, that, these, those. When in our actuality, Vantage is making some moves that's making them a solid candidate in an area that you may want to get ahead of. And if you understand this now, then it separates you from other individuals. Of course, you still need to understand the FICO model, but you also need to understand what's up and coming because you need your own differentiator of why people need to work with you. So the changes equal a massive opportunity. The CFPB enforcement and new FCRA rules turns to more consumers looking for help. So if the CFPB is being tampered with the way they've been being tampered with, meaning they're getting access to less funding, some other areas are, likely being shut down, fewer employees, things of that nature. Now more people are having to fend for self. Well, most people don't want to fend for self. They need somebody who can translate a message in a way that they can understand it. And that person can be you, because more people will be looking for some type of help in that area. Now, record debt and delinquencies are at an all-time high right now. It's a lot of delinquencies, a lot of debt, and a lot of times the things that are on people's credit report are unlawful, unverifiable, inaccurate, outdated, and it's hurting people's scores more than it should be. So it's a huge demand for credit restoration, credit education, and things of that nature. Keep that in mind. Now, of course, there's AI tools that makes disputes faster, more profitable. And I'm not here to talk much about that. You see AI, you see what it's doing, but you still have to understand the human element, the human touch that goes along with it. So I don't want to remove you from the picture and just have you thinking that this is just okay, I can just push a button and it's all done. Nah, that's not how this works. You're dealing with real people, real people's information, real people's situation that they're trusting you to help them with. So AI plays a part, but just don't make it the whole thing. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, you got a window of opportunity to really position yourself as an authority. Not that you can't later on. I'm not here to, create that false scarcity, but it's some things that are coming that can position you to be the authority within this next year time frame, 6-month time frame. And now when that time comes, other people have to catch up to the wave and the things that you're on. So you want to make sure you're on point before the market shifts and everybody understand. Now, here's the basic math. Simple math, 10 clients at $1,000 each, 10K a month. Simple math. And of course, you can charge more if you choose. I have different pockets that I teach students to start at based on, their deliverable. But of course you can charge more. Some people charge 3,000. Some people charge 2,000. And the way that I show you can position you to charge $1,000 for a client and you work with them for X amount of months, or you can double that price because I give you the ability to create more value for that client. And now, instead of it being 10 clients, it could be 5 clients. That turns into 10,000 a month. So just kind of, make a note, figure out what is comfortable for you, and then you can always increase your prices. For me personally, I started off one price point and I immediately, like within a week, doubled it. I was like, nah, this requires more work. Let me double that price point. So you'll find your pocket. I'm just here to give you some guides, some nuggets, some things that can, position you to have the confidence to know that you are providing a service that's worthy of whatever price you choose to charge. Now, the overhead is going to be $300 a month or less with the tools, the software, the system. So $300 a month for overhead that positions you to create $1,000 days, $10,000 a month, or whatever, range you plan to go to. It's pretty, insignificant. So $300 a month, nothing to sneeze at in terms of your overhead, which is a good thing because it puts more profit into your pocket. And you can run this from your home with a laptop, Wi-Fi, cell phone, depending on how robust your cell phone is. I got an Android, and the Android is solid. I know I don't want to hear your Apple iPhone devices coming at me, but the Android is solid. It's a lot that I can do from my Android if my laptop is not readily available, depending on what I'm doing. But you can run it as long as you got a Wi-Fi, laptop, etc. Now, most students earn back their $5,800 investment in 60 to 90 days. What does that mean? That means that if you make an investment in yourself, not only do you get access to our blueprint, the course, the things of that nature, the support, the guidance, you never lose the skill. Now this is something that can pay you not just this year, but next year and the year after that and many years to come. So that's the thing you got to think about with an investment. Never look at it as a loss if you tapped into some education, tapped into some type of blueprint or model, business model that you can continue to print money from. So that alone is what you need to be thinking from. And most people are getting a return on their investment 60 to 90 days. I want you to get a return on your investment as soon as possible. But one of the things that many people may not talk about is that this investment is 100% tax deductible. When you're investing to grow your knowledge and start a business in America is tax deductible up to 100%. This right here being exactly what positions you to launch your own credit education and restoration business, 100% tax deductible. So if you're already making money and you're able to write off $5,800 in the form of a tax deduction, you're grateful for that expense when it's time to file taxes. Very important. Now, this also puts you in a position to be profitable as soon as possible. So hopefully that makes sense. That way, if you're thinking about making this investment, you're not looking at it from a loss. No, 100% tax deductible from day one. Plus, I want to see you get a return on your investment very quickly. And once you have the right system, scaling basically becomes predictable. So you want to get to a place to where you can have some level of predictability in your business. Let's keep going. So why most fail? So these are some of the common pitfalls when it comes to this industry. Most people fail simply because they have no proven dispute system. So they have either slow or no results. If you don't have a proven dispute system, then you don't have clients who trust or feel like they can refer people to you and you're going to take good care of them. So a proven dispute system is important when it comes to this industry, because we're not taking advantage of people, taking people money, without providing a service. No, we want to serve them and position them to hit their goals and achieve what it is that they want to achieve, leveraging their credit. So you want to have that system, and we help you, get that. Poor client acquisition. So posting online without a plan. Yes, online is great, but you still want to have some type of flow. You need to know when you post, if somebody inquires, you do this, you say that, you move them in this direction. You have to be able to move people without touching them. So you need to know how to go about the acquisition of a client in multiple facets when you're dealing with the online world, and we equip you with that as well. Compliance mistakes also are one of the, common pitfalls that people have. They're risking shutdowns or fines by saying things, doing things that are not compliant, selling false dreams, making guarantees. And that's something you want to stay away from. So that definitely gets people in trouble. So make sure you keep that in mind as well. Even if you decide not to work with us and you decide to go elsewhere, keep those things in mind. Otherwise, you can put yourself in a heap of trouble that's, not worth it in the long run. And most just quit early. You see, not because they can't do it, but because they don't have a proven system. A proven system is going to be key across the world. A proven blueprint. Doing what somebody else has already done. That's going to be a key critical piece to this puzzle. And then this is the same system that I use in my own business. So I'm not teaching you something that's hypothetical hearsay. No, these are the strategies and things that I've been able to do to create consistent clients, consistent results, proven high ratio of closes. If, I schedule a call, I have somebody to book a consultation, you'll get access to all of that. Let's keep going. And then we'll wrap it up and you decide if this is a good fit for you or not. And I'll let you know how you can get access to a free video, or if you want to skip the line and get started, for, little to nothing, feel free to do so. Now, here's the blueprint. This is pretty much the breakdown. You get access to a step-by-step business setup. So it gives you ways that you can go about branding, having your website set up. And once your website is set up, you pretty much have a funnel, a way for people to get exposed to your information, get some free education, and then be on your list so you can continue to communicate with them. You get access to the contract. So if a person wants to get their credit done, then they need to sign pretty much an agreement so you can understand that you're working on their behalf, basically. And then, of course, the onboarding, things of that nature. Proven dispute process, which we already went over. Plus, I teach rapid removal tactics, only for those who qualify. So it's definitely one of the ones that you don't want to play around with. This tactic is to be taken serious and not to be manipulated. So when you get to that part of the module, take it serious. Don't just play around with it, because many people get in trouble with this area. But if done correctly, this can be highly effective in terms of helping your clients get rapid results if those clients qualify, if their data has been breached. So I teach, how you can leverage the breach, and then stay compliance ready across the whole process. Client acquisition scripts, you'll get that. So if whatever scripts you need in certain areas, phone call scripts, consultation scripts, certain scripts for social media, the marketing, things of that nature, you'll have access to that. And then if it's some unique scenarios, you can always reach out and then we can come up with something that fit your scenario. Then ongoing mentorship. I say ongoing instead of lifetime. Reason being is many people misconstrue the term lifetime, but it's ongoing. I'm never going to cut you off if you have questions about your business. So at any time throughout the process, you can always ask questions, get updates, stay plugged into, everything that you'll get access to. That way, that it's no guesswork involved ever. If you have questions, you'll be able to get those questions addressed. Now, this is the same system that I use to run my business. I have to say that again, because sometimes people teach things that they're not doing, and you wonder why they're not able to help you when you run into hiccups, because they didn't run into those hiccups. They didn't have those hiccups because they're not doing the same thing they're teaching. They're teaching something that they just learned or typed up or got from ChatGPT as if they know it, and they're not actually the one out there doing the work. Big difference, and you usually can sniff out or tell who is doing the thing versus who's just talking about the thing. Big difference. So I had to put that out there and make that plain. Now, let's talk about credibility. I told you I've been doing this for 10 plus years, really 11 plus years now in the credit repair industry. Started off giving free workshops, webinars, pointing people in the direction of fixing their own credit. Enough people start asking, hey, can you do it for me? I don't want to do it. I don't have time to do it. We brushed it out for years. Then eventually I was like, you know what? That makes sense. Some people just don't have the time. They drive trucks. They work 12-hour shifts 6 days out of the week. They don't have the mindset to keep going and pushing through, even if they don't get the initial results that they wanted. So we unlocked the option to do it for people and been able to get results, help people understand how they can help people and make money from the process as well. So this is something that I'm not new to. We've experienced so many different scenarios as it relates to people in their credit restoration journey that gets included in this mentorship. That way you have assistance that isn't brand new, things that we've experienced all across the board, and some things I haven't even shared with you that you'll get access to as well. And it works whether you have fixed credit or not before. So if you've never fixed credit a day in your life, perfect, because I start from a person who may not know. you understanding and gaining the knowledge of how the credit model works from the beginning. And now it positions you to know what has already applied to you from a credit standpoint. Because even if you haven't fixed credit, you've had a level of experience with credit. If you had a level of experience with credit, then you have some know-how, some understanding, whether good or bad, that can be leveraged into your story. Even if it's you were accustomed to getting declined, well, you learning this blueprint positions you to help yourself at the same time as positioning you to generate revenue as a result. And if you can follow a proven system, then you can build this business. It's just that simple. Now, here's our invitation to work with you. Now, not everybody is somebody we like to work with. So I will say this. This is not for a person who's just trying to, get rich quick or, just lie and tell people that they can deliver these false dreams that they're not able to deliver, leverage certain information in a way that could put you in a bad situation. People actually get fined and penalized for doing things unlawfully. So this is not for those people. But if you're a serious person, you got some integrity, you're really about helping people, empowering people, and not afraid to, charge the value that you bring to the table, then this can work for you. Just not taking advantage of people is not something that I'm with. So I don't want to attract that type of person who think, oh, I can just run this play. I can just do this quick flip. No, this is not how that works. When somebody invests in you, they took their resources, their money, their income, and say, you know what? I trust this person to help me through this situation or solve this problem for me. So I want you to value whoever invests in you. And that doesn't happen unless you have integrity. So integrity is going to be key. If you do not have integrity, this is not the video for you. I appreciate you for tapping in and watching, but this business model is not for you. It's too many people in the credit space that have shown that they didn't have integrity. They ghosted people, blocked people, changed their number, all these different types of stories. And that's not, how you want to operate. I believe in karma from an angle of, if you do certain things, you might have thought you skated by getting over on this person, but you didn't. That's just not how life works. So keep that in mind. But if you want access to the training where I break down things a little bit differently, you can click the link available below. Or if you know what, $5,800, I'm willing to invest in something that can show me how to create thousands, per year, multiple thousands per year. Give me a new skill set. Give me a new blueprint. Tap me into a new form of generating cash flow and revenue that complements what I'm already doing or positions me for the future of things I want to do, then you can make the investment without having to go through the free training that leads to you booking a call. But if you prefer to book a call, that option is available as well. And then financing options are available as well. So if $5,800 sounds like a stretch, even though it's 100% tax deductible, even though that we want you to get a return on your investment as soon as possible, even though these things, some people are able to get access to it for as little as $313 a month if you qualify for that financing option. So that link will be available down below as well. And you can see how we can help you launch your business in the next really 14 days. We simplified it 30 days initially, but the next 14 days, as long as you're willing to get in motion as soon as possible. Because remember, we want to give you a return on your investment, but you have to want it for yourself as well. So don't watch someone else take the clients that you could have helped. That happens so often. It's people that's getting taken advantage of because they ran into somebody who sold them on a dream, but they didn't have integrity. You had integrity. But the fact that you weren't in position or you weren't in business, somebody else sold that client, took advantage of that client, and that was supposed to be your client because you the one that has the integrity and they don't. So just kind of keep these things in mind. Not that everybody they run into won't have integrity, but this happens so often to the point where when people come to me and they're like, yeah, this person did this person did that. And I'm like, you've been following us for a long time, but you fell victim to their good marketing, and their good marketing led you down the path of no integrity. And now we have to try to correct or fix some of the things that were broken, so to speak. So here's the final reminder, and then you can make a decision on what you choose to do from here. I can only work with a small group of people because I like to be hands-on and really help people get a return on their investment. And that doesn't happen with just opening it up to hundreds and things of that nature. So I only want to work with a small group of people at a time to ensure results. That way we can get them in position. And, of course, as things expand, we're able to open it up slots at a time. But if the link works, then the slots are still open. So if you're available or able to tap into that link, then it means slots are available and you can take advantage of it right away. So let's build your business so you can create this new cash flow stream that's 100% tax deductible, centered around integrity and helping people. Mr. Smith, signing out. I look forward to working with you. Salute.